Good afternoon, welcome back to the channel and Happy New Year. Today we're heading to a small little mill just off the cycle path called Wilsbridge Mill. It's got a little fairy wood, a mill ground, it's got a little museum, I have no idea if that'll be open, and a cafe. Let's go for a walk. It's quite a narrow path, so you will have to make way for other walkers. But as you can hear, the water and stream make a lush sound in the air, and there's loads of birds twittering away. I've actually come in from the cycle path end, which made for a nice peaceful introduction to this area rather than from the road end. It's nice. So this path is actually part of the community forest path. We will not be following that path today. And the reason we won't be following it today is because the community forest path is, I think it's like a 43-mile walk that goes pretty much around the circumference of Bristol. It includes Wilsbridge Mill, it includes a little bit by the Womley waiting room just behind, there's a little path behind there. It goes up to Blaze Castle. It's a massive walk. We will probably be doing it one time at some point in stages. I'm not entirely sure what this is. It looks like a part of a railway. Oh, there's a sign of it, maybe it's part of the tramway. And I say that because it's right next to the sign for the tramway, because this path is also part of the tramway path. We've had a lot of rain recently, as you can tell the ground's a little bit boggy. Oh yes, for those who don't know, the woods around Wilsbridge Mill are also habitats of bats. So if you come in the evening you can do bat trails. There's signposts on the posts around the place which point out bat walks that you can kind of do. So come on for an evening, and maybe with night vision cameras, and you'll be able to see bats. And just like that, you've arrived at Wilsbridge Mill, so you can see all the paths we have here, like the Dramway, the wildlife pond, which is just up that hill, the small cut cliffs, and then these animals are so cute. So we've got a squirrel, a badger, which will show his front, this looks much better, and a fox. They're so cool. So up there is Fairywood, around there is the wildlife garden, and there's the other walk around the corner. There's actually the mill itself is just there, and there's a little museum inside there, but I'm not sure if that's open. And looks like they've got decorations kind of on the tree still left over from Christmas, little baubles and that twig tree. So into the wildlife garden we have this little pond here. Last time I came here there are so many tadpoles and pond skaters on here. That'll be the case today, I don't know, it's probably a bit too early for that. I just love all the benches around here, there's so much detail and attention to them. So up this path is something a little bit different. You can't really see from the sign anymore, but up here is something called Fairy Wood. Looks like something's actually been given a fresh lick of paint. So those red mushrooms look a lot brighter than they did last time I was here. And it's a case of how many fairies can you see? Entering into fairy woodland. Hello there. They're actually really quite small, so you have to kind of keep your eyes peeled for them. I actually brought my sister a very similar door to one of these, and she laughed so much one year that I brought her a window to go with it the following year. Imagine this is all kind of tinkly when it's a bit more windy, because there's wind chimes up there. There's a birdhouse at the top as well. It's almost like there's a golden snitch living in this one. I love these little owls, they're just so adorable. It's a nice little 5-10 minute thing to wander through, something else for young people to do and just something else to do while you're here, and just make the most of your stay in this woodlands. It's a bit of a shame that this area is right next to the road though. It could probably have been done with being just a little bit further in. And up through these steps you can come up and see the river, and also where the wheel used to be. It's sadly not here anymore. It was damaged in a flood. So this is the back of the mill. I think it used to produce flour, if I remember rightly, but it was overpowered due to a flood which broke it off. And this is where it used to be. And down here you can get really close to the water. One of my strongest memories of this place is actually I used to come here in primary school because we always used to come for school trips. And my biggest memory of the place is actually, I can't remember what it's actually called, but it's on this little pond just around this corner. This is the Upper Mill Pond. I think it actually was used for pond dipping while I was here. Obviously, it's only just been refurbished. It was refurbished, I think, last year, maybe. And I think they're letting it re-established at the moment. You can kind of see it's a nice area. Yes, this is really cool. The upper path is more suited if you don't want to get so muddy. It's a bit more stable. As you can see, it's also a bit wider. And it has equally nice views of the river that runs alongside it, although it is a little bit further away from this path than it is from the other one. So up these steps, you've always got to investigate steps, is apparently something called Catscliff Wood. I think I went at these last time I came here and there wasn't a huge amount to see. But it's another path. Look at that, you can see the roots of this tree. It's crazy when you think trees tend to be as big underground as they are overground. Yeah. Oh! There's some more steps over there. A giant bird just swooped past. Making that sound. You can hear loads of birds twittering up here. There's that bird again. We are so high up. I don't know if you can hear all this twittering around me. So cool. But yeah, all this path actually leads to is a field. And as they say, what goes up must come down. It's not raining all the way either. If you can squint though, it's a lovely view back down to the river. Right, back down, carefully. So when you get to this point, it's like a zigzag path back down there. That's the path you've just come through. That's the path I went down at the start of this video. If you go through this path, you'll come out by St Anne's Church. And this heads us back in the direction of the cycle path. And so that was our little visit to Wilsbridge Mill. The walks here, there's a number of walks that you can do. Like as you can do the bat trail in the evening if you're interested in bats. You can just walk and just hear the water passing by. You can follow the Drownway path, still need to do that. Or you could just wander around. It's a very pleasant place just to wander around. You can explore the museum. It's a very small museum. They've got the little cafe which does mainly sweet things, and also the wildlife garden, which is amazing early spring. You can see all the tadpoles and the frogs popping around on the pond there, and Fairy Wood. Probably needs a bit of upkeep around that area, but the fairies are cool. And the birdsong, the twittering of birds around here is insane. There's so many. Get up high if you can, like in Catscliff Wood, and just be quiet, and they're just twittering all around you. It's amazing. Come here for an afternoon out. You'll enjoy it, just for a few hours. You'll like it. That being said, if you want something similar, probably the closest I have on my channel is Snuff Meals, so I'll put a link to that video here, and I'll see you there.